Hey, what's up guys? David here once again for another video, and today we're going to be talking about something that's pretty hard to talk about for a lot of people. Acne. Everybody goes through it. It's a part of our life where we think it's never going to end and can create a lot of hardship, sometimes even medically. So I'm going to be talking about something in particular, and that was my experience with my acne, but also my experience with a very intense medicine called Accutane. Accutane, if you don't know, is an extremely strong medicine for acne, for people who have serious acne and just can't get rid of it. I was one of them. Acne, as you guys know, is the terrible red bumps and pimples and breakouts that you get, especially during your teenage years where it just feels like it's never going to stop. I even still to this day occasionally get breakouts, but they're more concentrated and not all over my face like they used to. Now, when I tell this story, I know that there's gonna be people who have had worse acne than I did, but I'm just gonna let you guys know that we've all been there and we can make it through it. So a lot of people might not know that I was an extremely late bloomer. I was 3 years behind in my bone age, which caused a lot of growing complications. So say I was 19 years old, my body was technically what I should have looked like at 15 years old. So I was going through this very intense growing pain and I was very behind, made me an easy target at school to be bullied and stuff like that. And it was very difficult with that, but probably the hardest part about that, other than my extremely high voice in high school, was my acne. I had a type of acne that was kind of different. A lot of people have the T-zone right here, but I would get it here and mostly under my skin, so it was very hard to get with things like Proactive and things of that nature. Proactive, by the way, was so bad on my face that I came into my classroom after 2 days of using it, and I had a friend named Nate at the time where they said, dude, did you go to the beach? And I was like, why do you ask that? You look sunburned. My skin was so irritated that it was like dark red and it was very sensitive to the touch. I was like, well, that didn't work. I tried everything under the sun, guys. I tried every over the counter. Probably the closest thing that worked was Neutrogena, and when I used that, it got a little bit better, but it would just come right back. I'd walk down the hallway and a friend of mine would go, oh wow, your skin looks a little bit better. I would feel good about that for a second, but then I would go, oh man, that just shows like, it makes me feel insecure that people notice that on my face. A lot of people say, oh, people don't care about what you look like. Well, during high school, people do, and it's really wrong. Thing is that it's a brutal time. It made me very insecure. My mom begged me to go to the dermatologist, and I finally, after months of saying no, said, okay, mom, I will go to the dermatologist, just fix my face. I was tired of being called a pizza face. I was tired of being called pimple face, like all those really, really awful names. And I just wanted a solution. I was willing to go the distance, however bad that is, to fix my face. And at the time, you don't realize that it's eventually going to end. It feels like it's forever. So I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this right now before my face scars too bad or whatever. We try a few different prescription creams and lotions and whatever, and none of it works, of course. And finally, the dermatologist is like, look, we're just gonna have to go to the source and just kill it. And I was like, how are we gonna do that? And she goes, well, it's a risky drug, but you might be interested. It's called Accutane. And Accutane has a huge, huge list of side effects. Yeah, it's bad. If you're a dude, it's really not as bad as if you were a girl. If you're a girl, Accutane's a lot harder to deal with because you legally have to go on birth control to use Accutane because it can deform babies in pregnancy. So by law, you have to do that. So the thing is, with Accutane, it's so intense that you have to get blood tests every single month. It's usually like a 3 to 5 month plan. Mine went on for about 8 months. Every month I'd come in and give 4 to 5 vials of blood to make sure my liver was okay, essentially, to make sure that everything was running fine. So what does Accutane do? In a nutshell, it dries out your skin completely. Your pores are virtually shut off. There's nothing really working here anymore. Acne in a nutshell is caused by your pores and the oils and when you touch your face. I still have a horrible, horrible habit of scratching my face, causing breakouts. I had to carry a bottle of Aquaphor around with me all the time. It's like this moisturizer lotion for my lips because they dry up and just crack, and I looked like I was dehydrated from the desert half the time. I'd walk around my school and just parts of me were peeling off. It was just getting everything from underneath and killing it and drying it out. Here's the thing, my mood was so off the charts, bad or good, I can't even express it to you. The thing is, guys, is I did it at possibly the worst time ever. And why is that? I went to college. I started Accutane in my senior year of high school, and then I went into college. I went to a community college for a semester, said I have to get out of here. I don't feel like I'm accomplishing much. So I decided to transfer to another school 2 hours away. Here's the thing though, I transferred during the winter time, and during the winter time, everybody had already found their friends in the first semester. It was a small private school and everybody knew everybody. It was like living in a small town. I move in with another roommate who just transferred in and 2 next door neighbors who had just transferred in. So they could kind of relate, but I was viewed as very unstable and very weird because of the Accutane. And I know it's a low blow to blame the medicine, but I had thoughts of suicide. I had swings so intense, I would scream or get frustrated super easily. I sometimes broke stuff. I felt like I was somebody on steroids. I remember this one time my roommate brought a girl over and I just got so emotional over it for no reason. I was just like, she's just so pretty. You know, like, and then 1 minute I was just like so angry that I wasn't going after her instead of him and like stuff like that. And I remember I lost a video game and I'd start like tearing up over losing a video game, or I'd get so mad to the point that I'd almost break my controller, which is kind of normal. I was just like, who am I? That's what I'm saying. It was such a drastic up and down mood that was the biggest effect Accutane had on me. It ruined a lot of my life because I couldn't build friendships. I couldn't build relationships strongly with a tight bond. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I had to go keep doing blood work. I also found out that I was allergic to everything. So then I had to go do allergy shots every other week. You know, so I was going to the doctor for Accutane constantly. I couldn't concentrate in school because of my mood swings and suicidal thoughts. I couldn't do hardly anything. I know that Accutane now is a lot more regulated than it is then, but I do find it kind of a double-edged sword. My face is now pretty clear. I don't really have that much scarring because of what it did for me. But it's such a tough price to pay. I wasn't the David that was nice or kind or, you know, didn't let things get to him. I was the person I never wanted to be on Accutane. And it scared me. It really scared me with that. And was it worth it? Now in hindsight, it was worth it for me, but I think it's because I had willpower. I think it's because I really fought those negative thoughts. I let them unleash sometimes just involuntarily, but I pulled through. Some people can handle it fine and they just go through it and it's no big deal. Everybody reacts to it differently. But I just want to let you guys know that I was so desperate to clear my face up that I did the last resort, and the last resort was brutal. And I got through it and I was fine. Either way, I don't really regret what I did. I learned a lot from it. Shoot, I can even tell you this story to this day. But it was a very hard life for a while. And I just want to let you guys know who are going through acne and stuff like that right now, that it's gonna be okay and you're gonna clear yourself up eventually. Trust me. This is the worst of what I have now, you know, right here on my neck. I'm not afraid to show you. But yeah, anyways, guys, have any of you been on Accutane? I would love to hear your stories about acne. Did you guys ever have really bad breakouts? I hope this really helped you guys out in whatever situation you're in, going through dark times, light times, whatever, or just reflecting on the past. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a fantastic day. Woo!